Good morning, everybody. It's June 16th. It's Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. Um, I'm up bright and early this morning because I wanted to do something special for my husband for Father's Day. And, well, the one thing I do know I can do pretty good, I guess, is cook. And so I had to heat up the smoker. I'm gonna smoke some ribs and some chicken and hot links and ribeye steaks and then so while I'm heating up the smoker, I figure I'd take this opportunity to come out and just give a quick update on the garden. A lot of things has changed and grown and is starting to produce. There's a lot more blossoms everywhere on everything, and it's just really pretty and really promising. You know, the blossoms, they're promised that more is to come, that there's a lot more good that's going to come out of this. And I'm just getting antsy, I guess, anticipating everything that is going to be produced out of here and the things that I'll be able to cook and meals that I'll be able to prepare for my family. So, yeah, always my shadow. There's no getting away from the shadow. If you can see down here, my spaghetti squash has a lot of blossoms on it. Male ones now. It started out with just female blossoms, and see, there's one down there that I think is going to start forming. I think that one got fertilized, or pollinated. So I'm happy about that. That's really promising. My sunflowers right here are just getting taller. They had a rocky start, and it's something because I planted two other sunflowers over here at first, and they never sprouted. So I'm happy to see those two are doing well now after the bug attack that I had at the beginning. And that critter, whatever it is still around. Here's my other sunflower. This one's a mammoth sunflower. Where I planted those mammoth sunflowers originally, we had real bad winds come through and just snapped the two that I had planted in half. So I decided, here's the second mammoth sunflower. I decided to try and grow it in and around the corn so the corn could act like a windbreak for it until they get strong and tall. And then I don't have to worry about it so much. These sunflowers are red velvet. And this one, he has a ladybug crawling around. I'm happy to see the ladybugs around because there's a lot of aphids that's been attacking just certain plants this season. They were all over my radishes, and so I went on ahead and pulled all the older radishes that I had. And I think they were on those because they were nearing the end of their season. Those radishes had already flowered, had already produced seed pods, and so I think they were already finished on their way out, and so the aphids was just helping them along. But I pulled those out, gave those to the chickens. So now I just have this empty space right here that I get to fill up. And I like trying to figure out what I'm going to fill. I already know what I'm putting here. I have this tomato, as you can see right here, a volunteer tomato that I'm going to try and hopefully be able to pull out of there. It's amongst the corn here. It's not going to do good amongst the corn. So try and get that pulled out and transplant it. There's another little tomato right here. I don't know if I'll be able to get that one out or not. This guy was a volunteer red velvet sunflower. Just came up on his own. So I'm going to go in and let that one stay. This one was a volunteer too. Red velvet sunflower. I don't know how these, obviously some seeds got through some kind of way. Either the wind, and I just didn't realize it, or birds or something. You know, the birds are to blame. Well, I can't say to blame. They're to credit, I'll say. Because they've planted a lot of pretty things in my garden for me, like this hollyhock that I didn't even know I liked hollyhocks until this one sprung up in my garden this year. So I should be pretty thankful and grateful to the birds. Now, if only I could get them to organize and be systematic about the way they plant stuff, then it would be a bigger help to me. Oh, these are pretty. These blooms coming out on, this is light red kidney beans. It's my first time growing these, and that's pretty. I think that's what that's what that is, because the beans in the center are the black beans. And then my little watermelon, well, this one is a cantaloupe. That's doing good. This is Hale's Best Cantaloupe. He's doing pretty good. I got a lot of weeds in here I need to pull out. So I could get this bed situated the way I want it. Fill in some of these empty gaps. This morning it's really comfortable. It's been pretty warm lately. Yesterday wasn't so bad. I still had to turn on the AC for a little bit, but it was just really windy. And today it's just still. You can hear the chickens, but you can hear all the other little birds too. And there's no wind right now, which is a welcome thing. It won't last though. As the day progresses, it'll get windier. And that's why I really wanted to start that smoker and get my meat going early for tonight. So before all the winds really hit. But look at these squash. These are my yellow squash. I think that one might have gotten pollinated. There's a lot of flowers on there. Okay, and that one too. There's a lot of flowers. Ooh, bumblebee. Okay, so yeah, I garden, and I know bugs are a part of the deal. It doesn't mean that I'm liking it as much. I'm working it out. I'm getting to the point where I don't run as much. And I don't ever show that on video. But there are some times when I take off running because them big old bumblebees still get to me. And I know they're harmless. And I know they do a lot of good in the garden. But, so here's my cucumber. I already have a little flower on there. And there's already some flowers inside here. I had to tie this up onto this trellis here so that I can get my cucumbers to grow up instead of out. This is a tiger melon. This is a tiger melon. I had to replant these. This one is the original seed that I put in, and it did good. But these little ones here that you see are replants because the seeds didn't come out. Yeah. Oh, my cucamelon seems to be coming along too. There's some more cucumbers with the flowers. All male flowers right now until the plant establishes itself, and then female flowers will start popping out. Oh, I might have a green zucchini back there starting all those pretty flowers on the plant. I don't know if this tomato is gonna actually germinate. I had two of them that germinated before in here, and I don't know, for some reason something ate them, or I don't know what happened to them actually. My guess is something was chewing on them, and then they died. From what I hear, those types of tomatoes are prone to disease. I don't know if they would get a disease that little, but anyways, I had to plant new seeds there, and I'm just waiting to see if they actually take. Here's my little garden helper. He goes inside and outside he runs in and out of the house with me as I'm doing stuff. He loves it when I'm out here with him. Oh, there's a hummingbird. He likes the walks that we do in the morning through the garden. I love this morning walk because, like I said, it's usually quiet. Now that it's summer and the school next door they're not making any loud announcements and stuff, then it's even better. I gotta stake up this tomato. This was a volunteer tomato too. And it already has some little tomatoes forming on there. I don't know what type of plant this is. My guess is maybe it's a cherry, maybe. If it is a cherry, that's a bad place. Because my cherry tomatoes last year exploded in growth and just spread everywhere. They were everywhere. I tried to pull these out, and I couldn't get the whole thing out of the ground. And so they started growing again. I still don't know what these are. The bugs are getting to my cabbage. And I've already sprayed. I've sprayed neem oil. I've put down a BT powder on those. I recently put some DE on them, some diatomaceous earth, and they're still getting ravaged. Last year, all my cabbages didn't survive. I had to give them to my chickens because they were just riddled. And even though they started forming beautiful heads, the bugs got in and just riddled the heads with holes. And so I just ended up giving it all to the chickens. And so I'm gonna have to pull these potatoes out. I don't know. Yesterday I was feeling my husband, he was trying to help me out. I was just feeling kind of down yesterday. You know, there's some things that I need to get done, and I just don't have enough strength, enough time, enough know how sometimes. And so it just gets me down because there's a lot of things that I just want done. And you know, in our today's world, we want everything instant. You know, we have microwaves, so we can have everything instantly heated up, and everything has to be done quick and immediately. And I'm still wrestling with that because every time that I walk out here in this garden, I can see what this garden is going to be. You know, I see it through different eyes. I can see what it is, and that's when I start to get down because I can see what it is in its current state, but I can imagine my pond being in and the waterfall and the sounds of the waterfall, and I can imagine my gazebo and deck put in under those trees, surrounded by the pond. So you have to walk over a bridge to get to it. Eventually, I want to put up an arbor right in the middle of this garden, of these 3 garden beds right here. I want to put up an arbor, and I can see it already there and how it will look. And how it will look once the runner beans or the melons or cucumber or whatever I choose to let grow up and over and fill in the arbor, the sides and the top. I can see it already in my mind's eye. I can see it. Every so often when I come out, I see the branches that I pruned, that I used to cover the garden that's still sitting there that needs to get moved. You know, I see the wood chip pile that's been sitting here and the wood chip pile that's been sitting here, and I see all the wheelbarrows and all the rocks, the gravel that's going to have to be moved eventually so I can put grass in, and the pond that still needs to be dug out and finished. And, you know, I just want to be able to be hands-on with stuff. There's supposed to be a pathway right where these twigs, these branches are running right through here. It's supposed to be a walking path. And anyway, so I see it and I get a little discouraged sometimes because, like I said, lack of time, lack of strength, physical strength, lack of money to do it or to pay someone else to do it. um, so yesterday I was kind of in a funk, so my hubby brought me 2 of my favorite things. He brought me a Snicker bar and a Slim Jim, and those are my addiction. Especially the Slim Jim. The Snicker bar, not so much all the time. I love them, and that's one of my favorite candies. But Slim Jims, I can just graze on them all day, constantly. And it's not just me. My little fellow co-conspirator here, anytime I open a Slim Jim package, he can hear that first initial opening, you know, when you peel that plastic apart, he hears that, and no matter where he's sleeping, he makes sure that he comes over and sits in my face and purrs really loud and meows and begs for a piece. So sometimes I'm nice and I'll go on ahead and share. But there are other times when I just don't feel like sharing. And so I wait until he's outside doing something, and then I'll break out my Slim Jim so I can eat it in peace and not have to be bothered by him. That's my baby and all, but you know, sometimes you got something on your little paws. What's in your paw? It's just as bad. He's just as bad as having a kid sometimes around. I hide and do stuff to be able to enjoy things when my kids are around. And I gotta hide and sneak with my cat. Anyways, all my onions. There's an onion that's starting to form a scape, this one. So I'm gonna have to use him pretty soon. From what I've seen and watched, once the onions start forming the scapes like that, they don't make good. Uh, they don't. It doesn't cure well, so they don't last long. So I have to use those ones right away, which is no big deal for me because I've just been waiting to get a chance to use these. I already pulled out some of the smaller ones. Here's another volunteer tomato. Now the yellow pear tomato that was supposed to be right here didn't work out. And I didn't have any more seeds because that tomato plant that grew in my garden last year was planted by a bird. So, yeah. So I'm going to end up putting a different tomato right there. But my peppers are popping out, and I'm happy about that. I have to get more of these weeds out of here too. I gotta just do some weeding. It's usually just too hot. Oh, there's another pepper. You just can't see it because of the weed. I'm gonna pull this one out. But there's another pepper there. I have different types of peppers all planted through here. Now, this bed I kind of just let go wild. And so these Swiss chard, already went to seed. And they've been for a while. And my cilantro too, which I'm just letting them head up like this. And I'm going to let those dry out. And then I'm going to grind those up and have coriander seasoning, which is nice. But my leeks are also. And once again, I saw that once they get to this point, there's no, there's no using them. So I'm just going to let them continue to bloom so I can see how well they turn out. I've never seen leeks in bloom before, so this is going to be interesting. My cat. Tiger, what are you doing up there, kitty? Surveying the land, huh? He is something else. And he's not a young kitty either. This is interesting. It's a bee on that leaf. I don't know if he's alive, but he's just chilling right there. My grapes. I don't know. These grapes have bounced back, and They were dead before. I don't know what kind of bug that is. That green bug. I don't know if you guys can see him. But these grapes have died off and come back so many times. It's just crazy. And they don't give up, so I guess I shouldn't give up. I should be like these grapes. Just don't give up. I got peppers. Almost 100% germination in this bed with the peppers that I planted. I think all but 2 came up. So what I'm going to do is try and get more stuff planted in here to fill it out a little bit more. And that's the one thing I don't like is a waste of space. I want everything to be nice and full and pretty. My apples. But yeah, I don't like the waste of space. These are doing well. Oh, we got some more of that slime mold, even in here. That's interesting. My nasturtiums, my California poppies, my orchids. Well, anyways, I think my smoker might be warmed up and ready, so I need to go and check it. But yeah, to all the fathers out there, I just want to say Happy Father's Day. Enjoy your day. And my girls. For my guy, I'm making him a really good spread. I'm making him some greens and mac and cheese and crab legs to go with all the smoked meats that I'm doing for him today. Potato salad. What else? Oh, some baked beans. So he's going to have quite a spread, and it's just for him. Like, I didn't invite anyone else over for all of this. I'm just making this to honor him. He's such a good dad. He's such a good husband, a good provider, hard worker. Our kids just adore him. My girls especially. He has a really good bond with my 2 girls. And so I just wanted to do something special for him. He's a car guy, so he is building his own. It's a 240Z. He's building from the ground up, and he would be happy with car parts or food. That makes him happy, so I figure, I can help him out with the food part. I've learned over the years, we've been married, this year is going to be our 22nd year of marriage. We've been married for so long that some of his car stuff has rubbed off on me. I can hear the car making a certain sound and be able to say, oh, it's this or it's that. But, yeah, those are his things. So, enjoy your day, fathers out there. My dad is working. He'll be coming in tonight. He's a truck driver. He'll be coming in tonight, and hopefully I'll be able to put a plate together and get it to him tonight. So hopefully it works out that way. But enjoy your day, and thank you guys for watching. I'm going to try and get things done a little bit more efficiently and better. more organized, I guess, in a way, so that I can feel better about my garden, and also so it makes it easier for you guys to follow along and watch. But thank you for watching this video. Thank you for subscribing, clicking the subscribe button. Please leave comments. Let me know some of the bugs that I saw. I didn't know what they are. Some of the plants that I have, I don't know what they are still. Or if you have some suggestions or advice that you'd like to share with me, those are all welcomed and appreciated. And please click like, give me a thumbs up. If you like the garden, if you like the videos, give me a thumbs up. And as always, God bless.